Okay, great. I'd like to call this July 11th reorganizational meeting of the Somers Board of Education to order. If everybody would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to do a roll call. Heidi Cambereri.
Here.
Yifei Chang.
Here.
Dominic DiMartino.
Here.
Amanda Kendall.
Here.
Nick Mancini.
Here.
Chadwick Olson.
Here.
Patrick Barbero.
Here.
Okay, great. So the first thing that we're going to do is administer the oath to our two new trustees. Dominic. If you want to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Dominic DiMartino.
I, Dominic DiMartino,
Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
the
duties of trustee of the Board of Education
the duties of trustee of the Board of Education
of the Somers Central School District
of the Somers Central School District
of the Town of Somers, New York,
of the Town of Somers, New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Perfect. If you would just sign that and give that back to me. And Patrick. I, Patrick Barbero,
I, Patrick Barbero,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee of the Board of Education
the duties of trustee of the Board of Education
of the Somers Central School District
of the Somers Central School District
of the Town of Somers, New York,
of the Town of Somers, New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Great. You just sign that and get
They put me on a bus.
Okay, now I'm going to ask for a motion for Dr. Blanche to be appointed temporary chairperson of this reorganizational special meeting. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Chad and Yifei. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, Dr. Blanche?
Thank you, Nancy.
You're it.
Thanks, everybody. So the next piece here, just looking at item 5 there, adoption of the agenda. Just going ahead to look for a motion to adopt the agenda for this afternoon.
So, second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and then next piece here is looking at the reorganization of the board with the election of the board president. So just on process, what we'll be looking for is I'll be asking for a motion for board president. And then once that motion is made, I'll ask if there's a second motion and go forth until there's no other motions there. Then we'll go back to the first motion and take a roll call vote on that. Nancy will take that roll call vote there. Before I proceed to there, again, these meetings, this first meeting with a reorg there is a little atypical. Much later on the agenda, as we look at the board action items in there, as we usually do, there's a personnel agenda in there. So at that point in time, the board can go ahead and hold an executive session. Board can call an executive session at any point in time. Again, this is kind of the only time we would do that in the year just because of where reorganization work is here. We have more new board members on there today. So something for the board to consider as you get later in the agenda if you want to pull that out, have a conversation in executive session regarding personnel matters. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and we'll call for nominations in the election of president. So anybody provide a nomination, please.
Yeah, I'll nominate Nick Mancini.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Chad.
Is there a second nomination?
Amanda.
I'll make a second nomination. I'll nominate Amanda Kendall. So we have a democratic process.
We need a second.
Anybody
second it.
Second, yeah. Thank you.
And is there a third nomination?
I'll nominate myself. No.
So at that point in time, Nancy?
Yep. Okay, so we have a nomination for Nick Mancini for president. so let's do a roll call. Heidi, yes, no?
Yes.
Ife?
I thought the second nominee should be voted first by the Roberts rule.
Robert's rules would say the first nomination does go first, and the first nomination was Nick. That would be the Robert's rules, the first one.
Really? Could I wait till the end? I have to buy
Well,
the
you
sequence?
should have your own. Do we want to ask, have any statements or anything?
Oh,
like
yeah,
we've done?
usually we
We
have some
to
kind of
have-
statement.
It's a little too rushed. I think we should let the candidates speak a little bit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's something we've only done the last couple of years.
I
We've
know.
never
I
used to do
Right.
that.
I think we should.
But
Not that I've
absolutely.
ever seen a curveball from the board before.
Yeah, but we can handle a curveball. No problem.
Do we have to accept the nomination, or?
That's true. Yeah, that's another thing. Otherwise, we don't know how to vote. If the person doesn't accept, we're wasting our vote.
Oh, yeah. Does Nick accept the nomination?
I accept.
I would prefer, I would prefer for Nick to be president, and I would more interested in vice president, so I would decline the nomination.
Okay.
That would make things different, right? Yeah. Okay, now we'd like
Okay,
to
so
hear
if
the candidates.
Amanda declines the nomination, then we only have one nominee. So that would be Nick, so we can go ahead and vote. There's,
Yes.
correct?
I still like to hear, since I nominated second candidate, I would like to hear Nick to make a few minutes
Sure, of course.
candidate
What,
speech.
you want me to make a candidate speech?
Yeah, please.
Well, as the only, candidate right now, I think I'm the best option of one. No, look, I've learned a lot over the last 2 years, and from some of the people on this board, here in the community. I think it's I still have kids, in the school, anywhere between high school to middle school, and I think I offer a unique perspective on kids' experiences. Across all the different grade levels, across the, all the, different spectrums, also, teachers. But I think I would be a good president. I wasn't prepared to make a speech, but I think I'm ready to take on the role of president.
You have any grand wish
Grand wishes?
to accomplish?
Just continuously improve. Right? How do we continuously improve the school district? Take the successes of the past, and how do we build on them? And how do we better communicate with the community and collaborate with them? And how do we overall just get better?
Good, thank you.
Satisfied?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, can I take a roll call, please? Heidi?
Yes.
Ife?
Yes.
Dominic?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome, Nick. Let me give you an oath now to sign as the new president. Raise your right hand. I, Nick Mancini, solemnly swear
I, Nick Mancini, solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of President of the Board of
the
Education
duties of President of the Board of Education
of the Somers Central School
of
District
the Somers Central School District
of the Town of Somers, New
of the
York,
Town of Somers, New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Okay, great. You just sign that.
Pen.
Give me my pen.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Nick, as president,
So now I got to take over?
are
they take
taken over, yes. And we're going to call for nominations for vice president.
All right, so the board president will call for nomination and the election of the vice president of the board. Motion that blank will be nominated for vice president of the Board of Education.
Make a nomination. Amanda Kendall.
Second.
Second.
Any other nominations? No? Okay, great. Let's do a roll call. Heidi?
Yes.
Ife?
Yes.
Dominic?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Welcome, Amanda. I, Amanda Kendall,
I, Amanda Kendall,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Vice President of the Board of Education
the duties of Vice President of the Board of
of
Education
the Somers Central School District
of the Somers Central School
of
District
the Town of Somers, New York,
of the Town of Somers, New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Great. You just want to sign that and give that back.
Sure.
So my format again is this sheets are not format, right? Different from you guys.
I don't know.
Ah, yeah.
Do you want the next? Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
we're off to the next item there on appointments of district officers. Should be number 8 on your agenda.
All right, so next item, appointment of district officers, number 8. Do we have to read each and every one of these?
No, you can just say as presented or as listed.
Okay. As resolved, the following appointments and setting of the stipends rates to be approved for 2024 as presented.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor? I got to do that now. I forgot about that.
Aye.
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 So moved, right? Right, or, yeah, so moved.
So, yeah, you can say all in favor,
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
And then opposed or abstained.
Abstained, noes. I need a cheat sheet. All right, number 9, signatures on all statistical reports. Resolved that the signatures of all the statistical reports statistical reports be those of the president of the board of direct treasurer.
And district treasurer. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay. All right. Certification of payrolls. That'd be resolved that the signature of the superintendent of schools be approved for the certification of payrolls for 2023-2024 school year.
So moved.
Okay, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Abstained? Next item, petty cash accounts. Be resolved that the following petty cash accounts be maintained for the 23-24 school year as presented in the meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, number 12, mileage reimbursement. Let it be resolved that the district be authorized to reimburse staff members who are required to use their personal vehicles at the mileage rates established by the Internal Revenue Service for business expense deduction unless the terms of the agreement specify otherwise. Furthermore, such travel must be given prior approval or authorization by the employee's supervisor and submitted for reimbursement on appropriately completed claim forms.
Can I ask a question? Chris, what is the current rate?
But we need a motion
let's move
first.
it.
So moved.
Heidi motion, second.
I will ask.
All right, questions?
What is the current rate?
65.5 cents.
65. And also, previous question on the petty cash, what's the interest we earn on those?
On the petty cash,
Yeah, do we earn interest at all?
it's only a few $100s that we're issuing the petty cash for.
Oh, it's only a few $100?
Yeah, they were just $100 each
Yeah.
account.
Okay.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? All right, next one, cell phones. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education of the Somer Central School District hereby approves the issuance of cell phones for the purposes of conducting district business to the persons in the job titles as listed in the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Noes? Objections? All right. Depositories. Let it be resolved that the following banks and investment firms be designated as depositories for the district for 2023-2024 school year. J.P. Morgan Chase, Webster Bank, Class MBIA, and be it further resolved that the authorized signatures on all checks shall be the district treasurer, or in the absence of the district treasurer shall be the deputy treasurer, or in the absence of both district and deputy treasurer, it shall be the president of the Board of Education, and that copies of this resolution and any depositories pro forma resolution shall be signed by the district clerk and the president and shall be transmitted in proper form to said depositories.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Number 15, district bank accounts. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education of Somer Central School District hereby ratifies the establishment of the bank accounts for 23-24 fiscal year for such amounts authorized by law, and it be further resolved that the monies from said accounts are to be distributed only upon the signature of the school district treasurer, and in her absence, the deputy school district treasurer, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Chase checking accounts, general funds, school lunch funds, capital funds, trust and agency funds, student activity funds, payroll funds, special aid funds, and scholarship accounts, Chase money market accounts, general fund money market, capital fund money market, school lunch fund money market, and student activity money market, class MBIA, general fund, cafeteria, and capital fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Oh, questions?
The bank account interest, I mean, interest because happened to be, interest is changing recently, and is Chase better than Citibank? In town, we have two big banks.
Right, we used to have Citibank, and we only had a small amount in there. But even with Chase, the interest rate isn't great, so most of our money is kept in the class accounts that we have, where we generate a lot more interest than what we get from Chase.
Just because, well, personally, when I compare these two, seems to me, I think Chase is not the best. That's my question.
Yeah, and again, we typically keep most of our money in the class account.
Okay.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? All right, it be resolved that the Journal News and the Somers Record be designated as the official district newspaper for the 2023-24 school year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay. Bid notices. Let it be resolved that the school purchasing agent for his designee be authorized to submit bid notices and to open bids for the district for the 2023-24 school year.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Object, abstained? All right, Committee on Special Education, Preschool Education, appointments to the Committee on Special Education. Let it be resolved that the following be appointed members of the Committee on Special Education for the 23-24 school year. Chairperson, Stacy L. Conan, Kim Morrissey, Christy Ann Castaldo. By the way, do I have to read
You
all
could
these?
say as listed.
As listed, thank you.
So moved. Second.
Any questions?
Question, Ray, is this preschool, is a new,
Preschool's always been in part of ours. It's a matter of.
I mean, this particular committee is a new committee?
No.
So why do we only,
Are you looking at the appointments of the
Preschool or
Committee on
the,
Special Education?
right?
No, those are annual requirements for CSE, all CSE meetings, Committee on Special
But
Education.
the whole school, the rest of special is already
If I
approved?
can I help you a second?
Yeah.
We're on A right here,
Yeah.
which is special education. B is preschool special education.
Just like the bank accounts, they just have to be appointed every year.
I jumped to the
Yeah,
second.
you-
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Object?
Now I understand.
Yeah.
All right, let it be resolved that the following be appointed members of the Committee of Preschool Special Education for the 23-24 school year, as listed in the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions?
Yeah, my question is, they are separate because new or not?
Because the preschool program, the delivery model is not provided by faculty, but we have to oversee the CSE meetings. So that's delivered by the county.
I
But
see.
we all are obligated, though, to deliver the CSE meetings throughout the year. So that's why that's broken apart.
Okay, I understand now. Good, thank you. Sure.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain, objection? All right. Policy manual. Let it be resolved that the policies and procedures in effect for the 22-23 school year, including the code of conduct, including the code of conduct, remain in full force and effect for the 23-24 school year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain, object? All right, Public Law Office Defense and Indemnification Provisions. Whereas Section 18 of the Public Officers Law of the State of New York authorizes municipal corporations, including boards of education, to provide defense and indemnification to those associated with the school districts, including but not limited to officers, employees, agents, and board authorized volunteers. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Somer Central School District hereby adopts the defense and indemnification provisions contained in Section 18 of the Public Law Officers Law, and hereby affords such protections to the district's board members, officers, agents, board authorized volunteers, and employees as defined there. This coverage shall be in addition to the coverage made available to such individuals under other enactments, including but not limited to the education law of the state of New York.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained, objections? All right. Appointment of Dignity Act coordinators. Let it be resolved that the following be appointed as Dignity Act coordinators for the 23-24 school year, as required by the Dignity for All Students Act, DASA, District Mac Carr, Primrose, Margaret Benedetto, SIS Dina Miller, SMS Jennifer Magoni, SHS TDBD.
So moved.
Second?
Question on that?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was going to be my
District
question.
one?
So because Mr. Carr is still working for the district right now, we will come back more than likely at the next board meeting to identify who that is, and hopefully the high school administration position as well, too. So we'll have that established before the school year starts.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstained, objections? Board meeting schedule. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education workshop meeting scheduled for the 23-24 school year be approved as presented in the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Questions on this? No? All in favor?
I mean, there are some that I will have conflicts, but I think that's always the case.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with this.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstained, objections? Okay. Student activity accounts. Let it be resolved that the student activity accounts in effect for the 23-24 school year are as follows, as listed in the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Object, abstain? All right. Impartial hearing officers list for 23-24 school year. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education, upon recommendation of the superintendent of school, hereby adopts the list of impartial hearing officers as listed on the New York State Education Department Impartial Hearing Report System website.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain, object? All right. The appointment of Section 3214 hearing officers for 23-24 school year. Let it resolve that Ronald Longo, Esquire, and Kevin Bernstein, Esquire, be appointed as hearing officers to conduct superintendent hearings in accordance with Section 3214 of Education Law at a rate of $195 per hour for services rendered with a minimum of 4 hours billed for each hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Objection? Okay. Authorization for conditional appointments. Let it be resolved that for the 23-24 school year, the superintendent of schools be granted the authority to make appointments in the absence of the Board of Education appointment, and that such temporary appointments shall be formally placed for action by the Board of Education at the next regular scheduled meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Object? All right. Contracts for authorization. Let it be resolved that for the 23-24 school year, the Board of Education of the Somer Central School District hereby authorizes the superintendent of schools to approve and execute on behalf of the school district any contract for the purchase of goods or services that has a value up to $25,000.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Object? No? All right, we move on to committees. First one we have is the Audit Committee. So I think we'll just start. Any volunteers for the Audit Committee? Can I start it that way? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, who's on that committee now?
I am
on it.
Nick is.
And I think Lindsay was.
Lindsay
Right.
was,
Yeah, Lindsay was.
So I would like to remain on that.
I'm happy to stay on it.
So we have one open spot.
So the board can choose, typically it's two
Right, it
or
doesn't have
three
to be.
range, so that's the
Okay.
board's choice.
I think
It's fine if you.
But it can't be more than 3.
Correct. Thank you for that.
All right, so we'll stick with 2.
Okay.
Okay. But it be resolved that the Board of Education hereby continues and reconstitutes the Audit Committee as required by Chapter 263 of the laws of 2005, also known as the Controller's 5-Point Plan, as an advisory audit committee, and it further resolved that the Board of Education designates Board of Education members Chad and Nick to serve on said committee for the 23-24 school year, in addition to community members who will be identified at a later date.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? All right. Citizen Finance Committee. Who was on that last year?
I was. I'd like to stay.
I would like to resign and recommend Don to replace me.
Yep, I would like to actually, that was one of the committees I want to join.
Anybody else? We could stick with 2 or go 3,
Have
but
2.
we're good.
If we need a third, I'll do that one. I've never done that one before.
You want to do that too?
Sure.
So you said you're on it, too, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, let it be resolved, the Board of Education designates the following Board of Education members, Amanda, Dom, and Heidi, to serve as the Citizen Finance Committee for 2023-24 school year.
I'm sorry, was Dom going to also?
Yes.
Dom,
Yes.
yeah, I said
Yeah.
Dom, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay. Policy Committee?
I was on, happy to continue.
Yeah, I was
If
on.
there's an opening for that as well.
Yeah, I was on. I'd love to continue because we had a couple of things ongoing, but,
All right.
We did, but yes,
there's an
there can
opening,
only be
yeah.
3 of us.
right.
Do you both want to be on it?
If there's openings.
There's,
Don't wanna step on
so we have
anybody's
4, we got to get one person.
Yeah, I've been on it. But I can step off of it. I'm happy to have someone step in. I think we've gotten through all the policies in the last 3 years.
Ife, do you want to step down from it this year, or
No, I'll continue on that, yeah.
you would like to continue? Okay, so we have 4 up for it.
And you want to stay on it, Heidi?
I'd like to stay on it if possible, just to, we had a
So we
couple
have
things
4, so
ongoing
we
to work
need
through in
take a
August.
vote on the 3 people, so we have to,
Right now, well, we're allowed up to 3, right?
up to 3,
Right.
we have 4
You don't need a
people
vote, you just have to
We
discuss.
just have to pick.
Yeah, just
Duke
have
it
to
out amongst
discuss.
ourselves, yeah.
Okay.
I'll pull back from that one. If there's already 3 set, I'll stay back and go on to a different one.
Okay,
So it's Ife, Heidi, and Pat?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let it be resolved that the Board of Education hereby designates board members Ife, Heidi, and Pat to the Policy Committee for the 2023-24 school year to carry out the functions as set forth in the Policy Committee Charter.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay. Communications Committee. Actually, I'm going to go back to Policy Committee for a second. A couple of these, I think last year we did a chair, someone that was coordinating and organizing it for Point.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not organizing the meeting, it's reporting
Back to this
giving
group.
a report back to just.
I like that format. We could, I'd like to stick
Yeah, we'll
with that.
continue that format.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be the chair this year.
Yeah.
Do you want
All
to
right.
take a break from it, Ife?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
okay.
I will be the chair.
All right. And that's an informal
Yeah.
chair, right, Nancy, or no?
Yeah.
Yep, thanks. All right, Communications Committee. I was on that last year. I'll step down.
I'd like to get on that.
Okay,
I believe I was on it with you. I'll stay on.
okay.
Good.
Good with 2?
I can hop on the Communication Committee.
Okay.
Thanks, Chad.
So we have Dom, Amanda, and Chad. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education hereby designates board members Dom, Amanda, and Chad to the Communications Committee for the 23-24 school year to carry out the functions as set forth in a Communication Committee Charter.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstained? Objections? All right. Planning Committee.
I would like to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'll step down if you want to do it.
Okay.
Sorry, back to Communications
Zion?
Committee before we go sort of in that one.
Nancy,
Yes, you were.
I am on the planning, right?
Last year, yes, you were.
Yeah. I'll continue on. Yeah.
Sorry, we're back
So
to
who's on?
Sorry.
communications.
We'll go
real
back
quick.
to it in a second. Let's stick with planning.
Okay,
So we
who's
have
on?
Dom, Ife.
Oh, wait, was it Dom or Pat? I think it was
sorry.
Pat.
Ife.
I'll stay on if no one else wants to, but,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I can, if it's too much, I can do it, that one. You're okay with that, Amanda?
Yeah, I'm okay
Okay.
with it.
Okay. Anybody want to take point on that?
I'm planning. I mean, I can, since I did it last year, unless you want to, Ife.
You were doing it last year. I think it'd be good to continue
Okay.
the continuity. Okay, let it be resolved that the Board of Education hereby designates board members Pat, Amanda, and Ife to the Planning Committee for 23-24 school year to carry out the functions as set forth in the Planning Committee Charter.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? All right. Communication Committee, though,
We need a chair.
Yeah, chair, since you're chair on that, can you be chair on communication committee?
Who's the chair for that?
Dom is.
I will be.
All right, the district-wide safety committee. So this one here, we only need one. I think I've done this in the past.
Yeah, Ife and I were on it this past year.
Yeah, I will resign, I recommend to,
Well,
Pat.
we only need one, really.
Did
But
I take that one?
Do you want, I think you've got a
Yeah,
couple on
safety,
that.
safety
Yeah.
committee.
Unless you feel
It's
strongly.
up to you. I'm happy to stay on it. If there's anyone else that's asking to be on it, that's,
Yes, well, if we had 2 last year, we could have 2 again this year, too,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes you can't make it to all of them, so.
I think that
If you need
is a
somebody,
good committee to get to know the school safety issues.
Okay. So we'll do 2.
So Pat and Chad?
Yep. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education designates Board of Education member Pat and Chad to serve on the district-wide safety committee for 23-24 school year.
So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? All right, the LPSBA liaison. This is the Westchester.
Putnam School Boards Association.
Yeah. I'm happy to do that again. I'm going to be on the board of directors for West Putt again this year, so I'll be at a lot of the meetings
Very
anyway.
good. Yeah,
So I'm happy to do that.
support, that's good.
Is that considered an insider? Do we have an insider?
Yeah. Insider.
Assuming no objections there, let it be resolved that the Board of Education designates Board of Ed member Heidi to serve as the WPSBA liaison and advocacy liaison to the Westchester Putnam School Boards Association for 23-24 school year.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Opposed? All right. Public hearing of district-wide safety plan.
So we need to open
So what is
So
it?
we're just going to open the floor for anybody to comment.
Got it. So a public hearing for 30-day comment period is required when revisions are made to the district-wide safety plan. The plan will be available for public comment on the district website. Comments may be directed to Mr. Dan Corrado, district-wide safety coordinator, via email at dcorrado@somerschools.org. The board will be asked to adopt the plan at its August meeting. Do we open up the public session right here? If anybody has comments on the safety plan now, wants to come up?
We have to vote on opening, or he just opens
No.
it? That's it.
Nope,
Okay.
that's it. So there's no comments, so
All right, no comments, we'll move on.
Do we have to close the public hearing or no?
we're going to close, yeah. So we close the public
So we
hearing.
close the public. All right. But they still have 30 days that they can
Yes.
comment and email. Central office report, I have nothing under that. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
there's-
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you want to go a little bit longer today.
We're good. All right, central office reports,
Financial.
financial reports. What am I reading here?
So all
Except
we're
for the
doing is
warrant.
just acknowledging receipt of these, the warrant report, statement of revenues, treasurer.
Okay, so just the board acknowledges receipt of the acceptance of the warrants report, statement of revenues, treasurer reports, and budget status report.
So moved.
We don't have to move on that one.
No? Okay, even better.
We're just accepting them.
The approval of meeting minutes. Resolved that the Board of Education, having received copies of the minutes of the meetings of the June 13th and June 27th, hereby approves the same.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Object? So now we're going into board action. I would like to recommend that we go into executive session to talk about the personnel consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Do I need to do all in favor?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstained, object? All right,
Thank you, Board. We'll go ahead and turn that back to you.
all right. Nancy, do you have to bring us back, or?
Well, you guys
did-
voted in exec session.
Yep,
to
did in
return to
exec session,
public.
yeah.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
good.
We're off to 33B.
3A.
We have to
Sorry,
approve
yep.
A.
Thank you.
All right, let it be resolved that the Board of Education, let it be resolved that the Board of Education, upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, hereby approves the personnel agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained, opposed? All right. 33B, CSE, CPSE meeting recommendation. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education have received copies of the recommendations of the meetings as listed on the attached memo, hereby approves the same. The costs for these services are contained, budgeted in the 23-24 budget.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any questions on this? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Objections? No. Business consent agenda. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education, upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, hereby approves the attached business agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on this? Sorry.
Chris, do you have any comments on anything?
Not too much there, just the reunification agreement with Lincoln Hall that we have. They're our secondary location. If there's an issue on this campus, our primary location would be to locate to our other campus, and then vice versa. But in the case that we have to vacate from both campuses, Lincoln Hall is our next place. And then also the internal audit report on fixed asset controls and the district's response to that audit report, which I think went very well.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Objections? District-wide safety team. I gotta read all of it?
Do you want me to read one?
I'm trying to figure out what the boundary is.
As presented is good. As presented.
Yeah, as presented, let's just go through it. Let it be resolved that the Board of Education of the Somer Central School District hereby authorizes the continuance of the district-wide school safety team for the 2023 school year pursuant to the New York State Education Law 2801-A, Subdivision 4, Project SAVE, Save Schools Against Violence in Education, and 8 CRR NY 15.17. And be it further resolved that the following are hereby appointed as members of the district-wide safety school safety team for the 23-24 school year. Dr. Raymond Blanche, Board of Ed members as selected: Matthew Carr, Mary Ann Castro, Christopher Polenta, Claire Comerford, Elizabeth Turner, Phil Kavanaugh, Stacy Elconin, Gerard Esposito, Joseph Mara, Kim Blau.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Objection? Oh,
Would Matt's replacement go into his spot for this, or?
Yes, and so we'll more than likely have that at the meeting on the 25th, but we'll have that again identified before the school year proper starts.
okay.
Aye.
We did it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Aye.
Aye.
Abstained? Objections? All right. Interim Director of Human Resources and Student Services. Whereas the Board of Education, Somer School District seeks to appoint Mr. Harry Lefevre
Lefevre.
Lefevre
Fever.
as the Interim Director of Human Resources and Student Services for the school districts, and appoint and approve an employment agreement setting forth the terms and conditions under Mr. Lefevre. Lefevre. Sorry. Will be employed. Be it resolved that the Board of Education, Somer Central School District appoints, Mr. Lefevre to the position of Interim Director of Human Resources and Student Services for the term to commence in July 20th, 2023, through and including June 30th, 2024. And be it further resolved that the Board of Education hereby approves the appointment of Mr. Lefevre dated July 11, 2023, setting forth the terms and condition of employment under which Mr. Lefevre not going to get it.
Let's call him Harry.
Harry, thank you. Serve as, you helped me that on the last one, huh? Will serve as interim director of human resources and student services during the aforementioned term, and hereby authorizes the president of the board, in his or her absence, the vice president, to execute the agreement as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstained? Objections? No. Okay. At this time, we'll open up for public comment. All speakers will properly identify themselves, a maximum of 30-minute period, limited 3 minutes per speaker. Speakers may comment on matters of public interest involving school operations and programs, but may not criticize or personally attack any individuals connected to the school district. No district employees or students may be commented on or identified by name or situation. Questions asked by the public will be referred to the appropriate staff member for reply at a later time or date. Questions requiring investigation will be referred to the superintendent for consideration and later response. All written statements shall be given to the district clerk for inclusion in the records of the meeting. Is there anybody for public comment? Nope. All right. Final comment from the boards.
Okay, I'll start. Welcome our 2 new board members. That's the most important thing today. And have a good summer. Looking forward to the new school year next year. Thank you. Nice and brief.
Yeah, well, welcome Pat and Dom, and congratulations Amanda and Nick. Thanks for stepping up for the leadership. Look forward to seeing what we do this year.
Yep, welcome you guys. Thank you both for agreeing to take those roles. It's a lot of extra work, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We have people willing to do it, so thank you. Thank you to the district for all the great things planned for this upcoming year, for all the great accomplishments in this past year. And I know the summer sometimes might seem quiet, but I know there's a lot going on. And I appreciate all of the preparation that goes on.
Congratulations to Nick and Amanda. I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to the next 3 years working with most of you, and looking forward to a good 3 years.
Again, congratulations to you two both. Figured I could leave it out. Just excited to get started and, moving into the next school year and, work with everybody here and the community members.
Congratulations to Nick, and welcome you both, and I look forward to a good, productive year.
Yep. All right, sticking with theme, welcome you guys. Congratulations, Amanda. And thank you to everybody for your trust and giving me this responsibility. I'm looking forward to a good 23-24 school year. What we have to come, and building out this team and working together and collaborating. Not everything we do is going to be perfect, but continuously striving to get better and improve. Again, Ray, thank you to your team. To just echo your point, right, there is a lot going on. I know you guys are busy and constantly meeting and prepping and getting the programs ready for the school year. So while the teachers might have off, you guys, there's a lot of you still here, working every day, and thank you for that.
I'll just take it out and close it.
Yep.
2 things I had just went back to the HR position with Harry coming on board. That we anticipate that, again, that's an interim position, so we'll be looking midwinter, early winter, to go ahead and looking for a full-time replacement for that position. Again, as we know, as a board approved earlier about the resignation of Matt Carr. Again, we'll sorely miss my colleague of 11 years, so I wish him the best and his family, and know he'll be keeping an eye out for us as well. And so when we think about this, we'll be looking at a much more opportunistic time for the district to go find a replacement or not necessarily replacement, somebody to kind of come back and take the role. So that midwinter is a much more typical time for us to get. So thank you for the board's support and appointing an interim so we can get out there and get the best candidate moving forward. The second piece, I want to say again, thank you to our new board members and coming forth, and really appreciate already jumping on the committees. Again, and Nick and Amanda, thanks for taking a leadership role looking ahead to next year. And then what I would say again is, as Nick said, we do have many of our administrative colleagues here, and you can see our buildings look a little different now because our team is cleaning and doing the floors and remodeling a little room here and there. So we've got a full slate of our custodian staff and our support staff are out here. And then we also have, thanks to the Learning Office, the opportunity for many teachers floating. Actually, we're at the high school today. We saw a handful of our teachers that are getting ready to prepare and start with a new experience for the kids as freshmen at the high school. It's called Tusker 101, but it's really going through that piece. So the teachers are coming in and these small teams and parts getting us ready for it as well too. So as much as we'd like to say we don't turn the lights off, it just never turns off. So I just want to thank you again for the board for support in that area, because that's that summer curriculum work that the board approves, and then we'll get an update in the fall about what happened over the summer. That's already happening right now. So again, thanks for the board for that support as well. So. And hope everybody stays cool now.
So winter time for that, for the new HR person. Chris, that just gives you enough time to announce a couple snow days for us, right?
I don't know if I'm going to be taking that over
The
or
new
not.
voice.
We weren't supposed to say anything yet.
I thought the auditions were next week.
So if you don't know, he is actually one of our caring students put him out on the, was it the
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
so
really?
He's famous, so yeah.
So can we get him to just do recordings ahead of time so we have, that continuity this year? Yeah.
I'm not planning any snow days this year, just don't want to.
He'll definitely be missed.
Thank you,
It's-
Woody.
yeah.
How do I close it? Let
Be it resolved.
That we end the meeting. It's in there. Just shows how much I've been paying attention. Adjournment. All right, let it be resolved that this reorganization meeting of the Board of Ed has been adjourned.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.